Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that many men struggle with, often in silence. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where no matter how much you try to rationalize things, something still feels off? It's not that anything obvious has happened, but deep down you sense a quiet shift and emotional distance you can't quite explain. In this video, we're going to uncover 11 subtle but revealing signs that she may not be fully loyal, not just in the physical sense, but in the emotional, mental, and even spiritual dimensions of a relationship. These signs are often hidden behind polite smiles, busy schedules, or phrases like, "I just need space." But beneath the surface, they point to a deeper truth, one that's easy to overlook if we lead with hope instead of clarity. Through this lens, we'll explore the behaviors that speak louder than words and how rational self-awareness can protect you from emotional imbalance. Let's begin. We all crave that feeling of deep connection with another human being, that sense of truly being seen and understood. And real intimacy requires vulnerability. It's about letting someone into the messy, imperfect parts of ourselves, our fears, our insecurities, our dreams. Now, in a relationship where there's true loyalty, both partners are willing to be vulnerable with each other. But sometimes you might encounter a woman who, at first glance, seems emotionally present. She might listen to you talk about your day, your aspirations, even your vulnerabilities, but there's a catch. She never seems to reciprocate that vulnerability. This lack of emotional reciprocity can be incredibly draining. Consistent emotional withholding is a red flag. It suggests that she might not be fully invested in letting you into her life, into her heart. And a relationship without that mutual vulnerability is like a house built on sand. It lacks the foundation to withstand the inevitable storms of life. We've all heard the saying, "Actions speak louder than words." It's easy to get caught up in the things she says, especially in the early stages of a relationship. But what happens when those words don't align with her actions? Let's say she tells you she can't wait to see you, that she's been looking forward to your date all week. But then, at the last minute, she cancels, citing some vague excuse. Or perhaps she reassures you that you're a priority in her life, but then consistently chooses to spend her time and energy elsewhere, leaving you feeling neglected and unimportant. This dissonance between words and actions can be incredibly confusing. Consistently failing to back up words with actions is a form of disrespect. Pay attention to her actions. They will reveal her true level of investment in the relationship. Don't settle for empty words. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you feel like you're constantly on call, waiting for her to decide when she has time for you? Maybe she reaches out only when she's bored, lonely, or has a gap in her social calendar. You're the one she calls at the last minute for a late-night movie or a quick bite to eat, but when it comes to making real plans, you're always the afterthought. This, gentlemen, is the classic sign of being treated like a backup option. A woman who truly values you and sees a future with you will make you a priority in her life, but a woman who only reaches out when it's convenient for her is sending a clear message. You're not at the top of her list. You deserve to be with someone who chooses you, who makes you feel wanted, desired, and appreciated. Don't settle for being someone's fallback plan. You are worthy of being someone's first choice, someone's priority. When we're genuinely excited about someone, it's only natural to want to shout it from the rooftops, to introduce them to our friends and family, to weave them into the fabric of our lives. But what happens when the woman you're dating seems reluctant to let you into her world? Maybe you've been seeing each other for a while now, but you've yet to meet any of her friends or family. Perhaps she avoids introducing you as her boyfriend or makes excuses about why you can't meet up with her social circle. Gentlemen, this desire to keep you hidden away is a major red flag. A woman who is truly invested in you will be proud to have you by her side. Don't settle for being someone's dirty little secret. You deserve to be with someone who is proud to call you theirs. In a healthy, thriving relationship, both partners feel safe and secure enough to be emotionally open and vulnerable with each other. But sometimes you might find yourself in a situation where her emotional availability feels conditional. She might shower you with affection and attention when she needs something from you, whether it's validation, reassurance, or simply a shoulder to cry on. But when her needs have been met, she withdraws, leaving you feeling emotionally drained and unsure of where you stand. This push and pull dynamic can be incredibly confusing and hurtful. You deserve consistent emotional support from your partner. Don't settle for a love that feels conditional. You deserve a love that is unwavering, a love that is always there, no matter what storms life may bring. When we're truly invested in a relationship, it's only natural to envision a future together. But what happens when the woman you're dating talks about her future, and you're noticeably absent from her plans? Perhaps she's planning a trip with friends, but she doesn't even consider inviting you. Maybe she's talking about career aspirations that would require her to relocate, but she doesn't seem fazed by the thought of leaving you behind. Gentlemen, this lack of inclusion in her future plans is a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. It suggests that she either doesn't see a future with you or that she's not willing to commit to building one. You deserve to be with someone who is excited about building a future with you. Don't settle for a love that feels transient, a love that lacks a shared vision for the future. You deserve a love that is built to last, a love that inspires you to dream bigger together. I love you. These three little words hold immense power. But what happens when those words, once so charged with emotion, start to feel empty, hollow, like a reflex rather than a genuine expression of love? Maybe she says it out of habit, at the end of every phone call, or as a quick afterthought before you part ways. Gentlemen, when the phrase "I love you" loses its meaning, it can be a heartbreaking realization. Sometimes people go through phases where they're less expressive, or perhaps she's facing challenges in her life that are affecting her emotional availability. However, if you've noticed a consistent pattern of her saying "I love you" without truly feeling it, it's crucial to address the issue. Talk to her about how you're feeling. Express your concerns and see if there's something deeper going on beneath the surface. Fight for the love you deserve, a love that is expressed not just through words but through actions, through presence, through the unwavering language of the heart. One of the most fundamental aspects of a healthy relationship is the ability to feel safe and supported when expressing our emotions, especially the more vulnerable ones like hurt, sadness, or disappointment. But what happens when the woman you love, the one who should be your safe haven, turns your pain against you, making you question your own reality? Gaslighting, a form of emotional manipulation, is a dangerous tactic that can erode your self-esteem and make you doubt your own sanity. Let's say you express your hurt feelings about something she did or said. Instead of acknowledging your pain and taking responsibility for her actions, she twists the situation, making you feel like you're overreacting, being too sensitive, or imagining things. Gentlemen, it's crucial to recognize gaslighting for what it is, a form of emotional abuse. You deserve to be with someone who validates your feelings, who listens to your concerns with empathy and understanding, and who takes responsibility for their actions. Trust your gut instincts, set healthy boundaries, and remember that you deserve to be with someone who treats you with respect and compassion. When we're deeply in love and committed to building a future with someone, the thought of a life without them can be unimaginable. But what happens when the woman you're with frequently mentions her freedom, her ability to walk away, or the abundance of other potential partners? Perhaps she casually drops comments about how easily she could find someone else, how she's not afraid of being single, or how she refuses to settle down. Gentlemen, this constant emphasis on options and freedom is a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. It suggests that she's not fully invested in the relationship, that she's keeping her options open, and that she's not afraid of losing you. If her words and actions are making you feel insecure or questioning her commitment, it's crucial to address the issue. Talk to her about how her behavior makes you feel. Express your need for reassurance and see if she's willing to adjust her communication style to create a more secure and loving dynamic. You deserve a love that is unwavering, a love that chooses you every single day. One of the most damaging things a woman can do in a relationship is to constantly compare you to other men, chipping away at your self-esteem and making you feel inadequate. Perhaps she casually mentions how her ex-boyfriend used to do something better, how her friend's husband is more successful, or how a random guy at the gym has a better physique. Gentlemen, this constant comparison is a toxic behavior that can poison even the strongest of relationships. It creates an environment of competition and inadequacy, making it impossible for you to feel truly loved and accepted for who you are. If you find yourself constantly being compared to other men, it's crucial to address the issue head-on. Talk to her about how her behavior makes you feel. Explain that constant comparisons are hurtful and damaging to your self-esteem. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who celebrates your strengths, accepts your imperfections, and loves you unconditionally for the amazing man you are. Eye contact, it's the window to the soul, a powerful form of non-verbal communication that can convey a world of emotions from love and affection to honesty and trust. But what happens when the woman you're with consistently avoids your gaze during serious conversations, especially those involving vulnerability, conflict, or emotional intimacy? Perhaps she looks down, fidgets with her phone, or finds other distractions when you're trying to have a heartfelt conversation. Gentlemen, this lack of eye contact is a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. It suggests that she's either emotionally unavailable, uncomfortable with intimacy, or hiding something from you. If her avoidance of eye contact is a consistent pattern, especially during important conversations, it's crucial to address the issue. Talk to her about how her lack of eye contact makes you feel. Encourage her to be more present during conversations and to communicate openly and honestly, both verbally and non-verbally. You deserve a love that looks you straight in the eye, a love that is built on trust, transparency, and a deep, unwavering connection. Gentlemen, recognizing these subtle signs of disloyalty is the first step towards protecting your heart and creating a fulfilling, loving relationship. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who chooses you wholeheartedly, who values your presence, and who makes you feel loved, respected, and appreciated. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever experienced these subtle signs of disloyalty? How did you handle it? What steps did you take to protect your heart and move forward? Feel free to share your experience in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights into love, relationships, and personal strength. Until next time, gentlemen, stay strong, stay true to yourself, and never settle for anything less than the extraordinary love you deserve.